a quick YouTube flash.
What's up, Curiosity Crew? So today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's still loosely car related, I promise. Today we're hanging out next to the old Toyota Century. I will have a new video on that in the near future. It is not registered yet, but today we're going to have a little chat about what I call sharpening your axe. Now, assuming you're in a stable position career-wise or business-wise, this video may come in handy for you. So at the beginning of this week, I was out hunting turkey with my sister Annie. And it was like from Sunday to Wednesday. And of course I took my 2000 Chevy Silverado out there. It's the same one that was featured in the Shift into Low video. If you haven't checked that out, definitely do so after this video. But yes, for those of you that don't know, I have two older sisters. One of them, Annie, is particularly obsessed with hunting and fishing. She is definitely a paladin when it comes to that area. She follows every single law, every single rule, very ethical about it. Just truly what most hunters and fishers should look up to. A lot of times people think hunting is bad. And my response to that is, it's basically just hiking in the woods with weapons 99% of the time. You know, if you're doing it ethically and you're not poaching or breaking laws, it's very challenging. You're definitely not shooting down the whole forest. Quite the opposite, actually. But hunting is not my area of expertise, so I'm going to stay out of that arena. I'm a car enthusiast after all. But yes, I spent the first part of this week out in Durango area of Colorado. It's like that southwest corner of Colorado that takes 8 hours to get to, but mind you, it is a beautiful 8 hours. But yeah, my truck did great, had a lot of good sleep in the back of it, drank a lot, had some great conversation. Overall, just a fantastic time. So I'm about to say something cliche, but a lot of us get caught up in the daily routine. And it's easy to let days just slip by, you know, months. Just boom, poof, vanished. Years, even. And it's super easy to let life pass you by, you know, with your work. Maybe you have family that takes up a lot of your time. Politics, social media, all of those things can really just suck you in, keep you there. Next thing you know, you're a decade older. So time is easy just to let it slip by. So now to the actual point of this video. What in the hell is sharpening your axe? I hate to disappoint you, it is not masturbation. So I first heard this from my friend Andy. He's a business coach, and this was probably about a decade ago when I had my landscaping business. And at least to him and I, it means doing something that gets you out of your daily routine. Gets you, you know, a little disconnected from the old screens. But yeah, it gets your mind and body out of the normal day-to-day. Cuts out all the noise. And by doing that, it lets you really process various parts of your life. Good, bad, exciting, devastating, so forth. So let's think. Maybe you had a big win recently. Could be social, could be career, could be a goal that you achieved. That's awesome. Think it over. Plan your next steps. Sharpen that axe. Maybe you had some issues come up at work or, you know, at your own business. And, you know, let's sharpen that axe. Dissect the issue. Figure out how to handle that situation better in the future, or hell, even how to move on from it entirely. Let bygones be bygones. Maybe you have a new business idea. Hobby, maybe a workout routine that you want to try. Like hell, just sharpen that axe. New car project? New car goal that you have in mind? Maybe you want to take that on, sharpen that axe. Figure out what you would like to do, how you'd like to proceed with that build, how you'd like to achieve that car. So what is the benefit of doing this, getting out of your regular routine? I found out that it really lets you go back into your normal routine with an entirely new perspective, sometimes a lot more motivation, and potentially some weight lifted off your shoulders. But in many cases, sharpening my axe has helped me achieve my goals faster. So here's the example with the trip that I recently took. As I mentioned earlier, we were in the southwest corner of Colorado. It gets extremely desolate. You don't really have cellular service or Wi-Fi. Hell, you're even lucky if you have a bathroom. It's very peaceful, very pretty, very quiet. And plus in this area, it's got tons of those ponderosa pines that give off that wonderful vanilla smell around this time. With hunting, in many scenarios, it involves you sitting in a place for a extended amount of time. Sometimes that can be hours on end. Sometimes that can be the entire day. And you got to be quiet. So that's plenty of time for you to wrestle with your own thoughts. So perfect opportunity to sharpen your axe. And that's what I was doing with this trip. I wasn't hunting turkey. I was just there to kind of hang out with Annie and think things through. And I've done this for years now. So I looked back on some recent wins in my business, some recent failures, some stuff that went wrong that, I could have probably prevented. And then I've also been thinking about the 5 acres that I have out in Hartzell. Been trying to think of what exactly I want to do with it. Originally my plan was to build a couple of little Airbnb cabins on it, and definitely do some kind of a garage or living situation out there. Little hint for you, that land is actually going to come in handy for this here Toyota Century in the near future. But yeah, I was thinking that through and, came up with the idea of hip camping, which I had only heard about that once. It's kind of like an Airbnb, but for camping. And, people will pay you a fee to stay on your land. And that land is in a very good location, whether it's for hunting, fishing, skiing. I don't think anybody wants to camp in the winter out there, but there's some good opportunities there. So yeah, I was thinking that through originally, and I was kind of thinking I would just make a flat spot, cut in a little camping pad type area for people to set up their tents or pull their RV in, whatever. Then I started thinking about it more. I was like, hey, there's no trees out there. What if I was to do some kind of a corrugated, shade cover of some kind? Types that you see at parks and stuff. So, just processed that, came up with a good plan, and probably going to act on it, next month. So that's the importance of sharpening your axe, getting yourself out of that daily grind, that daily routine. Really lets you slow down, reflect, come up with new ideas, how to go about things differently. But now I'm back, feeling, more refreshed than ever, and feeling more motivated than ever. So, sharpening my axe has helped me plenty of times in the past. Hell, it even made me decide on the Audi R8 when I was looking at, Gallardos, when I was looking at Lotus Evoras, when I was looking at Nissan GTRs. When I was trying to figure out what that dream car would be that I wanted to achieve for the first time, I chose the Audi R8 on an adventure very similar to this. So to sharpen your own axe, do you need to copy me? Do you need to go out in the middle of the woods and sit there for hours on end? If you want, but maybe you can do that in different ways. Yoga, meditation, rock climbing, hiking, working on cars, completing coloring books, painting, whatever it is. Whatever it is to get you out of your normal routine, potentially even break you out of your comfort zone, get you away from this for a little while. I think it's a good idea. Because if you're not sharpening your axe, life can get pretty dull at times. Oh, and Did Annie successfully get a turkey during the hunt? She did not. But that's okay. There's plenty of benefits that still come from a hunt like this, so better luck next time. Turns out she actually ran into a 300-pound black bear the day after I left. A little bit scary, but it scampered off. No worries. Well, guys, I appreciate you watching. That's going to do it for this video. If you enjoy this type of content, make sure you leave a like and a comment below. I upload every single Sunday, and I will see you guys in the next one.